This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Diamonds International is partnering with the National Training Agency. They are one of the first corporate sponsors to join with the agency to be a part of training and internships.
Now today at Diamond International's flagship store downtown, that partnership was formally announced. The skills training aspect of the program, set to begin September 16th, will include corporate sponsors. Students will be engaged for 8 to 10 weeks thereafter. They will be tested for their City and Guild certificate. Director of the National Training Agency, Agatha Marcel, thanked Diamonds International for creating this opportunity.
We will be able to comb through and choose the ones best suited to this type of industry. And as we are able to do that, then we have mutual benefit to the training agency for providing these people with the skills and perhaps the opportunity to get jobs, and then a benefit to you because you're going to be able to shape and mold and train and form the kind of employees you need to bring the best out of Diamonds International.
Participants of the National Training Agency who will be selected for the internship at Diamonds International will be fully trained in tourism retail business. Human Resources Manager Shanella Ferguson and Marketing Consultant Adrian Francis explain.
To teach skills that will last a lifetime and cause career developments to take root and flourish in the participants of this program.
It's going to be a tremendous program. It's going to be an 8-week program. And the students, there will be 20 students who will go through a theory class, the practical class. They will learn Bay Street. We will do the straw market. We will learn selling. We'll learn the cruise ship. We'll understand the dock. By the time they leave here with the class, in these classes, they will understand the entire customer service way of doing business.
A high-level HIV/AIDS awareness conference is underway for a week here in the capital. Representatives from more than 20 nations will flock at the Super Club's breezes for the Joint International HIV/AIDS Workshop. Minister of Health Dr. Perry Gomez says over the next 5 days, health professionals will focus on looking at the quality of laboratory diagnostics, treatment and care for the Caribbean and HIV population.
This week, we will reflect on the achievements attained by our partners in the laboratory, who have played a pivotal role in our collective achievements and gains in the fight against HIV and AIDS. Their roles have been instrumental in enhancing the quality and standards of care for persons living with HIV infection through the use of many progressive and enhanced laboratory technologies. During the last 10 years, countries in the region have gained both the technical expertise and equipment to support diagnostics and other laboratory work. We can now determine our own CD4 numbers, our own viral loads.
Now, at the official opening of the conference on Sunday, the health minister also gave some good news in the area of HIV and AIDS testing and prevention.
I am pleased to note that today the Bahamas has increased access to testing and achieved a 34% reduction in sexually transmitted infections of HIV between 2008 and 2011. Tom Quinn will be interested in that. I believe that this puts the target of a 50% reduction in sexually transmitted infections within our grasp, particularly as targeted initiatives continue to bring awareness, education, and testing to higher risk demographics.
Today marks the 13th anniversary of the death of one of the founding fathers and first Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Sir Lyndon Oscar Pinlan. It was at 12:40 on the morning of Saturday, August 26, 2000, when Sir Lyndon passed away at his home. Sir Lyndon is regarded as the father of the nation, having led the country to majority rule on January 10, 1967, and to independence July 10, 1973. He introduced national insurance, the College of the Bahamas, and the Defense Force, among other Bahamian institutions. The political genius led the Progressive Liberal Party to consecutive general election wins between 1967 and 1987. He represented the Kemps Bay constituency in Andros for the majority of his political career. He died at the age of 70 in 2000.
One of the contestants in this year's Miss Bahamas Universe pageant is raising awareness for the fight against domestic violence against women in the country. Scores of Bahamians flocked to the Builders Mall grounds for the launch of the End the Silence Bahamas, a domestic violence awareness campaign by Miss Builders Mall and Liquid Courage Shanae Strawn. The aim is to raise $100,000 to benefit the Crisis Center's Family Island Outreach Initiative. Attendees of the event supported the campaign by participating in a silent auction or purchasing the silence awareness paraphernalia. Strawn says domestic violence is a topic that's been swept under the rug for far too long and is something as Miss Bahamas Universe contestant she hopes to shed more light on.
Actually, this year, the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women theme is the elimination and prevention of domestic violence against women and girls. So all around the world, there's a great movement for women's rights, in particular, domestic violence. We're going to get out there in the schools, in the churches, in people's homes, people's hearts, and spread the word that domestic violence is wrong. We don't talk about it in the Bahamas, but now is the year to talk about it.
Coming up in sports, a long jumper gets ready to take a leap.
And later on in Family Island news, North Abaco gets ready to head back to school. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Raw Fidelity Business News. I'm Andrew Knowles. Nassau-based Triton Global Petroleum Limited has announced the launch of its marine bunkering service in the Bahamas. The crude oil and refined petroleum products trader, whose existing core trade is in aviation fuels, said the move is part of a natural progression that allows it to further enhance its capabilities within the refined petroleum product supply chain. Company spokesman Alfonso Bo called it a significant move for Triton and says it highlights the growing strength of the company's operations. Bo indicated that a vessel will be delivered within the next few months to provide services in the area of the Freeport Harbor, Borco, Freeport Container Port, and Statoil South Riding Point Terminal. Sunwing has announced new direct service to Grand Bahama from 6 cities across Canada. Starting January 16, 2014, Sunwing will be offering weekly winter service from Halifax, Montreal, Ottawa, Winnipeg, and Edmonton to Freeport, Grand Bahama, along with year-round flights from Toronto. Clients booking their winter vacation by August 31st can take advantage of price protection with Sunwing's price drop guarantee and pay a reduced deposit of $50 per person. And in international business news, the price of oil fluctuated above $106 a barrel today as traders pondered disappointing U.S. orders for durable goods and how they would affect the U.S. Federal Reserve's plans about winding down its economic stimulus. By early afternoon in Europe, benchmark oil for October delivery was down 7 cents to $106.35 a barrel in electronic trading on the New York Mercantile Exchange. Early in the session, it was swung between $106.06 and $107.37. The contract gained $1.39 or 1.4% to close at $106.42 on Friday. Oil rose after the U.S. government said that Americans cut back sharply in July on purchases of new homes, a sign that higher mortgage rates may weigh on the housing recovery. This has been your Raw Fidelity Business News. I'm Andrew Knowles.